Okay, so today I want to talk about my experience with marketing agencies and producers. And as you can see already from my face, it was not very it was, I don't know. I know why. Now after analyzing, I can tell you some tips why it was so bad so that you don't do the same mistakes as me. But yeah, in general, I want to say that, I don't know, for a couple years, I went through the path of some nightmares with what was connected to the marketing agencies or producers. As now it's very popular to be a project manager on social media and producer of your project. So a little bit about my background. So as I have some online courses, there was time, I also worked as a beautician. Yes, I had a beauty salon and I had my online courses. So I kind of burned out a little bit with my job at the beauty salon, and I said, okay, let's try to go the level higher with my courses, but I don't want to do it myself. Maybe I was not very confident also. So I said, okay, I will hire somebody, I will invest, and then they can do their job because they are the professionals, right? Wrong. So the first person, actually, you know what? No, there was one agency, there was one marketing agency from US. They did great job. We didn't earn much. I don't know why, how it was connected to me or their work, I don't know. Later, actually, they fired me because they were not seeing the results as they had with other clients. I don't know why, really. I don't know what happened. But one thing I can say, that I also didn't do much on my social media and my Instagram, for example. It was just photos from my beauty salon, it was nothing to do with the online teaching. And I was posting maybe once per month. So that didn't help. So maybe that was somehow connected. Maybe people would come on my profile and they would see nothing, zero activity, and they would trust less, or what, I don't know. Well, we did some money. I was still in the plus, so that's good. But then they fired me because they wanted better results. Okay. Then I said, okay, let's try with someone else. The next person, it was actually somebody who wrote me on WhatsApp. It was just, I don't know. I mean, I am a person who tries. I try. I'm not afraid to try. But this time, so that person wrote me, he presented the work he did, and I actually recognized some of the Instagram influencers in the presentation. So I said, wow, that's amazing. He worked with this girl, so I should try, What happened is that the moment I paid, there was some activity for maybe 1 or 2 weeks. We tried to make some presentations and then he disappeared. And we didn't have a contract. So he just took money and he disappeared. He didn't reply anymore, but I was really doing my best to get the money back. In the end, he actually gave me maybe like 75% or 80% of the money I paid him through the through the techniques of chantage, and I really found every little connection of his, like his sister I found online, I found his friends, I wrote to everyone, I spoke to police as well. Well, I had a client actually who worked in police, and she told me later that I did better job than the police would have done. And also I was not able to get back the money through the bank because it was a transfer, and they said, well, you did the transfer. So, you know, if it was card, also one good tip, better to pay by card. So in case something happens, there's insurance. Well, normally banks, they have insurance in any case, but I don't know, you know, it's very difficult to get the money back once you actually push the button to send the transfer. So that was my experience. And then I actually found out, I looked deeper into those presentations he sent me, and I saw that there was a name of an agency. Then I looked online, I found that agency, I called the agency. It was actually even before he returned the money, because later he got scared, you know, because I was really like, I found his sister, I found his friends, I found this agency, I called them, and they thought actually that I want to work with them. But my concern was that, look, this person is using your presentation. So he was using their presentation to kind of, but he was working with that agency before. He just presented the presentations as if he is working now with those influencers. And I told this guy, look, you're probably ex-worker, he is using your stuff to present to other people, and now he's not doing the job, I paid him, la la la. So this new agency, he actually called the guy and spoke to him, so that maybe helped as well. And later I said, okay, let's try to work with this agency then. It looks good. The agency looks good. So from that story, couple tips before I go further. The agency, better to choose it through a reputable website. For example, like all those Fiverr or Fiverr, how do you call it, or Upwork, through the websites where there is some kind of guarantee. Because when you work with them through the website, you pay only when they deliver. If they don't deliver, I, by the way, made this mistake as well. Even on Fiverr, they asked me to accept the work and that they will do it later, and I did, and then they disappeared with the money. So really, like, you have to be so cautious now on the internet. Okay, so yeah, better to work through a reputable website, not like in my case, somebody just wrote me on WhatsApp. I don't even know where did he get my phone number, and I just agreed to work. No guarantees, nothing. I just trusted. Then the contract, you need to be very specific. What will be the results? Because they like to say, we don't guarantee any results. Okay, then are you sure you're a professional? Then are you sure that you can do this job? Then what's the point for me? So really, I would do a strong contract where the result is guaranteed, or money back or something like that, because this is not fair. Like, you pay and then they are like, okay, once you paid, whatever. Then if you are working with the agency, not through some special website, at least check everything online about them. Because I, again, didn't check before I started to work with the second agency or third. And only later I noticed, so what they promised, you know, they promised a lot of followers, a lot of sales, but actually on their own Instagram, they had like less followers than I have, you know? And then it's a bit like, okay, so I know better how to do, again, you know, I know better how to do your job, and you're not so popular. Okay, this can also happen, you know, but they're a professional agency. They should have a lot of followers. They should be showing you that they are higher than you, right? Not lower than you. On the other hand, be careful, because sometimes, you know, they can just put the fake followers But one tip to note is that check the followers and the likes and the comments, because sometimes a profile will have a lot of followers but like 3 likes on a photo. So that doesn't, you know, something doesn't is not in coherence here. So that would be a sign for you that it's a bit fishy. Okay, so with those guys, we started to work, then they were moving, and again, the same story, again, no result. Then they said, it's okay, Christina, we will not charge you, but let's continue to work. But then they charged me for something else, for some website, and they were not transparent. I felt that they are not telling me, they are not opening their cards, you know, because I would ask to send me screenshot. Where is this price? Why you ask me to pay you, you know, 1,000 euro? And they would send me just in 2 weeks or like strange screenshot. And then I said, okay, you know what? No, this will not work. And in one day, I just changed all my passwords and I just didn't reply to them anymore. It was just so frustrated. Then I said, I will still try, you know, I don't give up. Before I continue, I just want to say that I forgot to mention another agency. So after those guys, I contacted another producer who told me that if you pay the maximum price, we will get the result. Everyone who pays the maximum, they get the results. I was like, okay, I need the result, you know, I need the result. There has to be something they know what I don't know. So I paid the like individual approach. They were telling me they will give me the invoice. They never sent me an invoice. I transferred the money, never got an invoice, which is like just so frustrating. Then later on, I got pregnant. I didn't feel well, but then I felt well. And then they were like, oh, okay. Oh, you are not feeling well. But I was doing all the reels they asked me, everything they asked me for the social media, I was providing. But then they were kind of, maybe they saw that it will not work or what, I don't know. But they started to say like, okay, so voila. So you don't feel well, right? And I'm like, yeah, sometimes yes, sometimes no, sometimes it's fine. And they're like, okay, basically we will give you the schedule to follow and you will see, you will sell your course. She just sent me some nonsense. I don't know, I was just so frustrated. And she would tell me things like, oh, Christina, you are on my explore page on Instagram. And I was like, I don't know what she was thinking, that I don't understand social media at all. Of course, if she's checking out my account, there will be my profile on her explore page more often because, you know, but what she wanted to say is that, I don't know what she wanted to say, that I'm just on the explore page, wow, or what. So basically, yeah. So let's proceed with the next agency now. So I wrote to the US agency. Which I worked with in the past. And the guy was like, oh yes, sure, no problem. However, I noticed that on the Facebook, they changed the concept a little bit. They were not working anymore with the beauty industry, but with in some other, I think, construction industry or something. But I still wrote him and he was very happy to accept me. And he was like, okay, here's the contract, you know, and pay tomorrow because I want to start to work on your project on the weekend. As soon as I paid the money, he disappeared. So actually this situation is still until now, because I wrote him and we started the project in May, which was supposed to last for maximum of, well, 1 month actually. It was supposed to be a couple weeks of preparation and then the project itself, the sales for 1 month, the sales of my courses. So yeah, from May, and today we are the end of the year. We are almost December today. So it's just horrible. Like, I asked him, look, if you are too busy, then let's just cancel this, refund me please, and we are finished. No, now I hired a new person, we will and I noticed that, like, he was overwhelmed, and there was before there were two guys, and this time the second guy was not there anymore, and he was always saying we, but I felt like it's only him alone. Maybe he took too much work, I have no idea. I paid him for 1 month in May, and that's all. And 5 times I was like, come on, just refund me and we close this deal. No, I will work for 2 months, for 3 months for free for you, just let's continue this. And you know what, and nothing is happening. It's just so crazy. And we actually prepared even a website already, a sales page, and just nothing is happening. And now he had his baby, newborn, and I am giving birth in a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, I hope, because I want that it's finished faster. And I have no idea. I'm just like, also I buried this project as well. As I was so frustrated with this guy, I hired another agency at the same time to work on the same project, which looked very professional. It was suggested to me from one professional who I trusted, and really the agency was really professional. But again, something happened that the project, I paid again, the project is not finished yet. I think from June, end of June, maybe July, it was supposed to last again for 1 month. It's still not finished. There's always something. There are some changes in their agency. There is something with Facebook. Facebook blocked the profile. I didn't know what is going on. Really, like, what? But I will tell you one thing, one important thing, why I think all this happened. It's when you are burned out, like me, I got burned out in that area. I needed to go up, but I think I got a bit scared to do it myself. And that's how I thought I will put the responsibility on those agencies and they will do it for me. And I think that was not the right way to do it. I think that if you're taking an agency, you have to know very, very clearly what you want. And it's you, it depends on you. Your energy has to flow. In my case, I suppressed it, I got scared, and I just tried to put the responsibility on the agencies, on all these agencies. And you know, in life, it's like this. They feel your energy, they feel if you're not. So the first thing is you have to clearly know what you want. You have to know how the process is done. You take an agency or some helper only because you cannot manage it anymore. You don't take them to put the responsibility on them. You must know the exact processes, what is going on. Because, okay, of course, it can go well, but the people, they feel your energy. They feel if you're not confident. They feel if you trust too much, if you don't know what you want, if you're not clear, they will feel it, they will use it. It's just like universal law. Maybe they will not want to use you, but they will end up using you or putting you in the second plan, you know. Second of all, if you start to work with agency, create a good contract. They have to tell you exactly what you will get, what are the terms, what is the timing, what happens if they don't deliver, things like that. It's just like, you shouldn't be afraid to ask. I did this mistake and I'm now in this, well, I already forgot. I already said, okay, it is what it is. If this will not work, whatever, I want to finish feeding those, you know, those projects with my energy, because I was really very frustrated, but now I'm like, okay, I'm just done with this, whatever, what will happen will happen. Yes, so the contract, then check on the agency very well, check every little you know, because there are so many agencies now, and the best would be to go through some reputable website to have more guarantees. Then when you pay, the best would be to pay in the end for the result. If it's not possible, at least pay by card. It would be better to pay by card, so you have some guarantee that you can just refund the money. If you do the transfer, well, you know, we all do transfers, of course, this is like business, so you do transfer, but it's you who pushed the button, so the bank might tell you, okay, we can't do anything anymore. And the most important thing is that it's you who is the individual, the source of energy behind the project. It's your energy. If you don't have energy in that area anymore, then no agency will help you, or it will help you, but you will not have some magnificent results. So voila, if you have any questions, please write in the comments. I can advise you more on that. And yeah, otherwise, these are my best tips for now. See you in the next videos.